I had to start off with a smile. Look, it's a midday motivational Monday. I tried to get on here at 12. I was helping a friend do what he needed to do with some technical technology stuff. But here I am at almost 1 o'clock. It's gonna be real quick. You know, I just wanted to come on here and um, you know, express my gratitude, express my testimony, to express my awakening, and that I'm so proud that I received, and I'm going to let my light shine bright, right? So, my name is Toria Howard. I'm originally from Detroit, Michigan. So, what up, though, to all my Detroit people? And I'm a realtor here, former educator of 15 years. And hi, honey, former educator of 15 years, girls basketball coach. Now I'm in all things real estate, commercial, residential. I do financial literacy and also business funding. So that's all of that I do. But we're talking about uplifting. We're motivating. We're talking about shining your light bright. And what I broke down shine is to shield your harmony within and increase never failing empowerment. How do you get your empowerment to shine? Is the question. It's difficult when you are in a storm and it's dark and it seems like everything is against you and everything that you're trying to do is not working. It's hard to shine, right? Oh, let me fix this light. Pause. Gotta fix my light. There we go. Wasn't in the right position. But how do you shine through it all? How do you get through it all to make sure you don't dim your light? Because life, life's life happens. Life does a lot of things that throw us off. But a lot of times it's just our decision making, not trusting ourselves, fearing the unknown, fear from moving on, fear of letting things go. It's a lot of things that hold us back from the places that we want to go. So, how do you shine through that? Right? I just wanted to thank Kelly Agueze and Warrior Nation for a wonderful conference. I went to the I Am Woman conference in Atlanta this past Sunday. No, this past weekend. And it was enlightening. It was enlightening. And I'm going to share my testimony with you, all transparent moment, because I know sometimes it looks like, we all have it all together, but I'm here to tell you, we don't all have it all together. And it's okay if you don't, right? So I had worked so hard last week, and because I'm helping someone to get, try to buy a home. And I wrote plenty of contracts. I went shows, houses doing a thing. And I was so tired just that week alone. I worked so hard, trying to catch up with credit repair clients, trying to do all these things. And I was supposed to go, I went to the event, but the day before, just a whole lot of things transpired. I wrote like 4 contracts before I left, and I was trying to pack and do all these things before I left, and I only had 2 hours of sleep. And I knew I had to beat Atlanta traffic. So if you ever been in Atlanta, you know that Atlanta traffic is crazy. So if you don't get, to your destination beforehand, you're not going to get there. You're going to be late. So I left here off of 2 hours of sleep at 10 p.m. Rode on the road, Now prior to this, I have, moved around some money so that I'll be able to go. Bank of America came and took some money out of my personal account. And I was like, okay, I'm still going, you know. I'm not going to let that stop me. Now, mind you, I did get the tickets for free. And so that aligned, and I ended up staying with my cousin. So that was great. And I thank him for allowing me to stay with him so I could have this experience and all of the experience that I had. So I was driving. I stopped at probably like 4 in the morning, try to get me a sandwich. And because I was hungry, because I haven't, I didn't eat the day until it was like maybe like 4 o'clock the day before. So I was starving, like so hungry. And I stopped to get me a sandwich. I swiped my card, declined. I'm like, what? I knew I had some money. I didn't have a lot of money, but I had enough for a sandwich. I look at my account, standing there at the counter. I had 98 cents, y'all. 98 cents. Bank of America came and took the rest of my money for a debt that I owed, you know, for the last 2 years ago or something like that. They came and took it. They snatched my money. So I'm on the road. I'm almost in Atlanta. I was probably like 45 minutes to an hour away. And I had 98 cents and less than a half a tank of gas. But I was determined to get to this conference. Do you hear what I'm saying? I was determined because I needed something that conference was going to give me. And I knew I had to get there by any means necessary. I said, I didn't care if I was going to go hungry. I didn't care if I had to, whatever I had to do, I was getting there. And I got there. I ended up getting a little money, thankful for my husband that was able to give me a little money. Then when I got there, I still didn't have a whole lot, and I still had to go out, do different things, get gas, whatever. And because my cousin stays like 40 minutes away from where the conference was at the World Congress Center. And I'm like, I don't know what to do because at this point I still had to eat, do all these things, and I still had to get home. And one of the ladies that spoke, Cindy Trim, if you know who she is, she was speaking about before she spoke. I mean, we was already mesmerized and captive, just like in awe of her. You know what I mean? At this event, before she even spoke, it was just the tone of her voice, her presence on stage. She was like she had a aura of a glow around her. It was crazy. But you know, she said she was telling about her mentorship program, all the other things that she has, and she said, "Who in here has no money and want my books?" At first, I wasn't gonna stand up, but something just jolted in me, and I stood up and I just popped up out of my seat. Now I had on my black studded jacket, and I'm 5'10", so I'm not hard to find. And then when I stood up, the light shined right on me. I'm like, oh my God. So I'm like, whatever. And I got one of her books, which I'm grateful for, which I'm going to read. I should have brought it down here, but wonderful book about the atomic power of prayer, Cindy Trim. And from there, the women in that room just started blessing me. They gave me, people paid for my food. People would slide money in my hand to help me get back home. I mean, I experienced a true God's miracle in the flesh. In the flesh, because I sacrificed, because I made the sacrifice. So, how did I shine through that moment? I just trusted God. I trusted in the fact that He was not gonna leave me nor forsake me. I had, and then on top of that, Bank of America, I called Bank of America, and I asked them what they wanted, took my money, and they was like, yeah. And they had the nerve to say, well, you still owe us 54 cents. You left me 90. I said, ma'am, yeah, you left me 98 cents. Just go ahead and take the 54. So actually, I was left with like 42 cents. Now I'm standing in the World Congress Center having this conversation, and I'm laughing. Okay. I don't know why I'm laughing, but I felt a sense of peace, a sense of just like calmness because of the fact that I just felt that was a place that I needed to be. And was I so right? I Am Woman just changed the trajectory of the way that I saw things, the way that I my faith life, it changed me. And I'm so thankful for Pastor Kelly Agueze for having this, because it enriched something so deep down in me that I needed, that I didn't realize I need. I knew I needed something, but it enriched, and it dug so deep down in me and reached in to my inner soul. And mostly all those women of God touched me when I was there and prayed for me. And I was so grateful. And a lot of people was like, man, a lot of them are, came up to you. She's like, people was coming up touching me and everything. It was crazy. But I also made some great connections with some people. And it was an awesome time. So how did I shine through that? I was in pain. Okay. Because I already had finagled, I don't want to say finagle, but I already was trying my best to get there, and I had little money and that money was snatched from me. How many of you would have given up in that moment? I know I would have. I know I would have long time. I would have gave up in that moment. I would have, I don't know what I mean, I really couldn't turn around. That's another thing. Like I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't turn. I was almost, it was either Atlanta or I don't even know how far I would have got. I wouldn't have made it back to Memphis. So I had no choice but to keep charging forward. How do you shine through the pain to see your opportunities, to see the possibilities, to believe the possibilities? That's one thing that Trim said in her speech. When she was speaking, she said so many people miss out on life because they don't see the possibility. They think the possibilities are gone because of what they're going through. And in that moment, I saw the possibilities. I knew I had to be there. I sacrificed my eating. I sacrificed any and everything for me to be able to get to that place because I knew I had to be there. I had an Abraham moment, y'all. You know what I mean? What an Abraham moment is when you lay down something that you really truly need and love, that you never thought you could live without, and you give it to God and you just say, you can have it. I don't care. You make that sacrifice. That's when the miracles happen. I saw it. I experienced it because there was no way I was going to make it back to Memphis with 42 cents in my account. And I had an overflow on top of that. So not only did I get back here, people paid for my lunch, and those lovely women, those lovely queens paid for my lunch, and they did all these things. I had an overflow. So now I have enough to go and get groceries and do things that I need to do now. So I went for what I needed to go. I made the sacrifice and it worked out in my favor. So how do you shine through it all? How do you shine through it all? How do you make sure that you get what you want by making the necessary sacrifices that you need to do? Are you going to lay it down? So even though it may seem dark, remember you can still shine through with your response. My response gave me the wherewithal to get my blessings. My response. If I would have panicked, if I was like, I'm just going back home, I would have got angry. If I would have not stood up when she said what she said, when Cindy Trim asked if anybody didn't have any money, and I stood up, and I just wanted her book. I didn't want any money. I didn't go and ask those people for money. But because I took action and my response, God blessed me. And I saw it firsthand. I saw it firsthand. If you live in darkness, okay, you will block your view of the blessings and opportunities in front of you. You can't live in the darkness. Even though bad things are around you, what is your response going to be? Your response is your light. Your response is going to get you to where you want to be. Your response is going to determine how far you go. So, how do you shine through it all? How do you shine through the moment? How do you make your light shine bright? How do you do it when things are falling down around you? You don't know where the next whatever is going to come from, that necessity that you need. I told you I was going to give up eating. I just knew I had to get back to my baby. That's all I knew, because I don't have any help as far as like anybody that I trust that can keep her while I'm gone. And because I had that Abraham moment and I laid it on the line and I said, God, listen, I'm not going to panic. I'm not going to curse. I'm not going to curse God, because any other time I'd be like, God, why you do this to me? I did not do that. I was peaceful and I just kept on going to Atlanta. I didn't know what was going to happen. I already prepaid for my parking. And on top of that, I got lost, y'all, trying to get to the conference. So I thought I was going to be late, but I was actually early. So how do you shine through it all? It's with your response. Because if you know that God is your provider, if you know that everything is going to work out, regardless of how it looks, that's how you shine through it all. Because if you won't see the possibilities. You won't see the opportunities that's in front of you. And that's exactly what I did. I didn't know exactly what I was looking for. I just knew I was looking for something and I needed something and I needed to be there. And I found it there. I laid it out on the line there. I put my face on that ground there. I touched those women of God and they touched me. And other women of God came to bless me in my dire need, because I had nothing but 42 cents. So, how do you shine? How do you shine through the pain to see the opportunities in front of you? By your response. How will you respond when everything is falling apart around you? Are you going to curse? Are you going to get mad? Are you going to curse God? Are you going to be destructive? Because what is all of that solving? And that taught me something in that moment when I had that sense of peace, because I knew God had me. I didn't know how. I didn't know what, but I knew that I was going to be okay. So that's the reason why I was able to just keep on trucking to Atlanta, keep on doing what I was going to do, and I found what I was looking for. And God blessed me for making that sacrifice, and I am truly grateful. So I just wanted to come real quick to talk about that. That was my testimony. I am having a webinar tonight at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're looking to level up in your finances, because it's time out for that too. If you're looking to get your finances in order, you need to be on this webinar so we can show you how to do so. So I got to get in this clubhouse room. If you're on Clubhouse, I have a clubhouse room, exquisite conversations house. That's my house. We are going to be in there today. I don't know if it's going. I had to come back. I don't know if you can hear me on my Instagram, but I bid you adieu, and I'll see you tomorrow for Real Estate Tuesday. That's what we're doing tomorrow. We're talking real estate. So have a blessed day, everybody. Hopefully I filled your cup. And if you didn't get a chance to see it or listen to it, then go back and watch it. Share it with somebody that might need it. I want to help you. I want to help others shine their light too through it all. Have a blessed day.